It's safe to say that finding products might be the most overwhelming part of starting your own Amazon FBA journey, because sure it was to me, and I still remember those days. The pain of spending hours on the computer and barely finding any leads. But what if there's a shortcut that allows you to see products, to see what their profit is, and basically practically guaranteed to sell? Well, there is, and I'm someone that started Amazon FBA as a side hustle way back in 2021. Then eventually, I turned it to my full-time business as it is today. And throughout that time, I've sold over $2 million in total sales. And this video, I'm gonna walk you through step by step to a powerful process and how you can take advantage of Amazon storefronts of other people. And this is gonna completely change how you look at finding products that will allow you to make more money and find products super fast. Also, make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end because I've got some bonus tips for you that will help you tons. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. So let's start with what is exactly an Amazon storefront, right? Like if you were just starting out, and basically it's kind of like if you're in a mall, right? When you go in a mall, you have all these different type of stores, and the mall for this instance is basically Amazon, and all these storefronts are the third-party sellers like me or you are in this mall of Amazon. So on Amazon.com, each person's storefront basically showcase all the different products they sell instead of just seeing one product of whatever you are trying to search. You basically see the whole thing, right? It's like walking into a store and browsing through what they are selling and whether you want to buy that or not. And this is how the method was born, because it will give you a light bulb to see what kind of categories or products they're selling, what are the best sellers, and the whole idea here is to piggyback of what's already working and use that to our own advantage. And I've used this multiple times still today. And again, guys, I've mentioned I've sold over $2 million in total sales, and this is one of the methods I use all the time. So the next question is, where do we find these storefronts and how do we know if a storefront is good or not? So in order to do it, the easiest way to figure out is to any products, right? Like I'm drinking this tea right now, and this tea is from Trader Joe's. It's actually called a candy cane green tea decaf. It's a really good tea, and currently shooting this in the summer, but it's only available during holiday season. So we're gonna go on the computer here and type it in. This is just a random example I'm using that you can find any storefronts you like, you guys. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just giving you ideas. So you guys can see right here, there's a 2-pack here and there's a 4-pack here as well, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the 2-pack here, so that way we can take a look. So here's the 2-pack selling for $20.25, all right? And if you guys, this is called the buy box here, and it ships from White Flower. It's sold by White Flower. So this is the person who's selling it, and in order to see their storefront, all we gotta do is click on their name right here, and it's gonna open up a new tab. And you guys can see right here, visit the White Flower storefront. So once I click that, bam, there's all the products that they are selling. And it started from just a random product with the candy cane here, the tea that I'm sipping on currently. But you guys can see they sell other things, but it'll give me an idea immediately like, hey, they're buying things at Trader Joe's. Like look, Trader Joe's Brazil nuts, Trader Joe crystallized candy ginger, chili oil, so on and so forth, right? But let's just scroll down here. Look like they have a second page. I can safely say they love to go to Trader Joe's, go quote unquote grocery shop and make money, and selling it on Amazon FBA, as you guys can see right here. So that's one example of it. Another example, let's say the clothing Zara, right? So you type in Zara right here. There's no clothes, but they got perfume, right? Or cologne, right? So let's go ahead and just click a random one here. Let's click on this. Okay, so this is the perfume that we clicked on for Zara, and this is selling for $26.76. This is shipped from Amazon. They're doing Amazon FBA because it ships from Amazon, and this is the storefront right here, Jasper Store 99. And guys, I want to give you a tip here. This is just the buy box, so you only see one seller at a time. But if you click other Amazon sellers, you can see all, sellers that's selling this exact same product. So this is how you can get the storefront stock going right here. And we're gonna go over in details of which storefronts are worth following and which ones are not, right? So I like to follow people that have been selling on Amazon for a while now, meaning they're doing something right? They know what they're doing. It's not just like, they just started. So how do we exactly determine that? Well, one of the hints or tip here is to look at their rating, right? Like how many people are leaving reviews at their storefront. So you can see right here, Jasper Store 99 has 1,300 ratings, right? That's a lot. This one's got 349, 256 right here, Eastern Trade House, 155, 422, 77. And the reason I like to follow people that have a lot of ratings because number one, it's really hard to get rating. Like, ask yourself, when was the last time you left a review or a rating? Taking time out of your day to do it. Like most likely it's been a while or you rarely do it because I know I barely do it. So to get that amount, that means they have to sell a lot, right? It might be, 1%, 2% that gets, that leave review. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot. So I'm confident that this person here, this company is a good company that knows what they're doing. And I'm probably gonna wanna look into their storefront and use that as my advantage. All right, so this is the storefront right here. We'll just go ahead and click like we did earlier. And you guys can see there's a lot of products in the store. I mean, they have over 20 pages. Now, this can be overwhelming because this is how I started. I did everything manually, but I'm gonna give you guys a shortcut here. And guys, that tool is called Seller Amp, and it just makes everything so much faster and way easier because when I started in 2021, this software tool did not exist and it came a few years later, but I've been using it because it makes your life easier. So you guys can see right here, these list all the other sellers out there instead of like clicking there, but it also gives me more information that allows me to really see and dive into, a lot more deeper, right? You can see the exact stock, see what price and the profit and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and find that store that we had looked at earlier. Here it is. So you click their name right here, Jasper Store 99. And it opens up a new, full screen and look, so their name is right there. You can see the ratings we had talked about and look how many ASINs, or these are the different products they're selling, over 3,000. So this is a huge seller. And what I love about the Seller Amp here is they kind of keep things organized, right? Right in the middle, you have the brands, then you got the category all the way to the right here. And you can see Nike, they have the most products, but beauty in general, or the top brand that they're sourcing in beauty and personal care looks like it's their top category, which how we found that Zara perfume in the first place, right? So depending on your interest or what you're good at or familiarity, so on and so forth, it could be beauty, it could be toys and game, it could be video games, musical instruments. That's the thing you get to see, and this storefront right here tells me, they're very versatile, they're very diverse, right? Which is one of the things you want to look for, building your own Amazon. You don't want to put everything all in one basket. I'm sure you've heard of it. You want to spread your eggs. The other guy we looked at, it's probably a newer seller. They're just going, to Trader Joe's, or maybe they're just doing it as a side hustle. You can clearly see the difference of who's been selling for a while and who might just be starting and stuff like that. But let's go through here. Let's go through sports and outdoors, right? So part two here is how to tell which products are worth finding, because with this storefront right here, there's over 3,000 products. So if you're like at the mall, this is like might be a department store we're talking about, right? Not like a little boutique in the hallway and stuff. So yeah, where do we start? That's the biggest question here. And the number one tip I would give you guys here, using Seller Amp first, and the second one is to pay attention with the BSR. And BSR means bestseller rank. I've made a dedicated video with this on my channel, so definitely check it out. Basically BSR, if you scroll through the products, we did sports and outdoors here. This is it right here, bestseller rank. That's what it means. And And if you're new, BSR basically means the lower that number, the faster and more it sells, right? And one thing you do have to keep in mind that each category has their own BSR. So the BSR on beauty and personal care is a different ranking than, like, you know, sports and beauty. It's different than toys and games, home and kitchen. So they're not all made equal, but you don't have to worry about that because Seller Amp, as I mentioned, gives you everything. So you can see the 1% here. As long as you see the 1%, it's safe to say that product is going to sell guaranteed pretty much, as long as it's priced correctly and you're competitive and stuff like that. It will fly. Like, it's going to get a lot of estimated sales, which shows you like right next to it here. And in order to be profitable, that's what the max cost is. So for example, in order to, they're selling it for 164, you need to be around 87.90 to find this product, or cheaper to be profitable, right? So everything's pretty much handed to you at a silver platter here, and now we're just cherry picking. Like, that's the fun part, right? We don't have to grind out everything. We're just picking to see which are the winners, you know, copy it, take it to our advantage, and see what we can do with it, right? Another tip here is, like, you know, they have best-selling books, right? They have a chart for, you know, Billboard music, the #1 song and stuff like that. So if you take these ideas here, Seller Amp did it for you. These are the top brands. So another way to tell if a product is good, popular, guaranteed to sell, good profit, is to look at the brands, right? They're selling these brands for a reason, because it simply just sells. There's no work around it, or, you know, make up any other reasons. It simply sells. And that's why, you know, it'll give us an idea. It's like, okay, we know Nike sells, right? Carhartt, Bath and Body Works, New Balance, Chanel, Mac. You know, you just go down through the list, and that will help us determine what kind of products we can cherry pick, right? So if we go through under sports and category, if maybe we see a Nike, a Stanley is a good one too. On New Balance, maybe we can start searching from there. By the way, guys, if you've been finding tons of value in this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And consider subscribing to the channel if you want to learn more about Amazon FBA. So now the third and the last part of this process is, you know, finding the products, right? How do we actually determine now that we can cherry pick them? So let's go ahead and do this. And again, we're not reinventing the wheel or anything. We're simply finding products that sell, so that way we can do the same thing and find products fast, right? Like, so let's go ahead and take a look. And I like to just go over, you know, different products here. I like to also see like how many offers meaning how many people you are competing with. So this one here, for example, has 19 offers. So that means it's a bit of competition there. Let's see if we can find this one's a low offer. But also avoid this, because Amazon, right? Amazon's got the buy box here in cheapest price. It's really hard to compete with Amazon, just because they can buy in large bulk. This one as well, Stanley, even though it's a good product. Let's continue looking. 18 offers. Let's continue here. Okay, so they do a lot of shoes on the sports and outdoors. Okay, this product could be interesting. Let's go ahead and open the Amazon account page there. Okay, so this is the copper fit we just clicked, and let's see, it doesn't have much competition. And the next step I do is to search on Google, and you hit this little Google icon right here, and Seller Amp will basically do the search for you. I mean, you know, pretty easy fits. All right, looks like it's selling for at Walmart for $9.88, but that is a single pack. I think the other one is a double pack. Okay, so that doesn't match. Let's go back here, and I need to find this product $21 or below, right? So that's kind of like how I set myself as guidelines. Go shopping, and I don't like to spend too much time for one product. I like to breeze through it. If I can't find it immediately, I'll move on, just because there's so many products out there. You know, but if you're new, you might want to take your time just really learning it and comparing the things, because in the past I've made mistakes where I bought a 1-pack, it was a 2-pack, or, you know, with vitamins it might have been like a 80 count versus like a 90 count. So these little details that you're gonna have to keep an eye. But since, you know, again, I've been doing it for almost half a decade now, so you learn that skill, right? But didn't come overnight. Okay, let's go into the next product here. All right, Amazon might be on that. Let's go ahead and skip it. Amazon's in here. Oh, voila, this is too cheap. I mean, yeah, that's no good here. I guess, guys, I'm just cherry picking. That's the beauty of having the seller amp and seeing their storefront is what will catch my attention, right? Okay, cool. What about this one here? Look at the estimated sales, various different colors. Bruce Bolts, good ranking, 6K. All right, let's go ahead and check this out. Offers 14, but I mean, it sells pretty a lot. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are. These are the different sellers right here. So you can see Jasper Store. All right, let's go ahead and open up the Google, just like how we did before, and take a look. So this is the actual page here, Bruce Bolts. Let's see where it's still selling. We got Dick's Sporting Good there. They have an Academy as well. We're just gonna open up the different pages. All right, so let's look at the actual website here. Okay, sometimes when you go to like websites, they have like pop-ups, like sign up for an email. You might have 15%, 20%, which can save you money, but we're just gonna have to search for it, right? And you can use different like Chrome extension, such as the Capital One Chrome right here, which gives you different coupon codes. They may work or not, so you gotta try it. But right now it's currently at 30 bucks. Let's go back here. Are we making money if we use 30 bucks? Okay, with $30, not much profit, 11% ROI. Everyone's selling at 43. You can even maybe price at 44. I mean, it's not much there. Okay, so there's nothing there. So we're gonna have to find a way to lower our buy cost. Buy it cheaper than $30. So you guys can see sometimes they have a coupon from signing up from an email. This one, I don't see it right now, but I could dig deep, right? Let's look at Dick's Sporting Goods. Okay, so they have it here as well in the orange. It's arm sleeve for baseball. Looks like I thought it was gonna be basketball for a second, but Dick's Sporting Good, they usually have some sort of sign up. So you guys can see right here, get $20 if you spend over $100. So that's basically 20% discount, sign up for their email. So if we do 30 minus 20%, right? Because that's the discount there. Basically we can get it for $24, which should be good here. Okay, 24 bucks. I mean, that's really good. I mean, we're making $9.83 a pop, which is 41% ROI, 40% ROI, which is really good, right? So you just gotta sign up for an email, then try to purchase this product here. Anything over 100 bucks, right? I give you the $20. Let's look at Academy here. Academy might have the same coupon. Let's go look, because they have it for $30 as well. Save 20 bucks, 100 plus shoes to purchase. Right, so I mean, this could work here. You're just gonna have to add it to the cart. So let's go ahead and sign in. All right, guys, so I added to cart. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with this. It might be like actual, clothes and shoes. I thought that would trigger it, but it did not. So the best bet here is probably, buying a Dick's Sporting Good and signing up for, their newsletter to get that 20 off. They'll probably give you a code and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one product there that could potentially, a winner based if you can get the 20%, then get a $24 buy cost, and it sells pretty much a bunch, right? So then you would want to repeat the process and just go through, their storefront. You can even change a different category, right? Let's go back to the Zara, for example, here, right? This is the original product that we had found. Let's go ahead and search this in Google since they're already selling this at their store, right? Here it is. I think this is it. Zara Nude Bouquet. It's on sale right now, 30% off at $12.53. Let me double check this exact same products. So I'm looking at the product, you guys. It looks like it's the same size, 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliter. Here, but the top looks different. I mean, it looks like the same product, maybe just an updated version here at Zara. But anyway, it's $12.53 here. Let's go ahead and plug in the calculator. $12.53, $26.76. I mean, it's a $4 profit, 38% ROI. So this is another Great product here. Looks pretty competitive in terms of that, and looks like it sells 50 plus per month. So yeah, guys, I mean, those are two products that we found, you know, fairly fast, nothing too crazy. You didn't spend hours in there, but imagine what other products you could find if you maybe spent, you know, a few hours there, right? Or maybe the whole day, who knows, if you just follow that storefront there. But again, you can look at other people's storefront, you know, go back to the Trader Joe's example, see what other storefronts you can find from there, and you know, you get into a rabbit hole. There's no right or wrong. You kind of just have to freestyle. The more you do this, the easier it gets. That's what you remember there. So now, guys, let's get into the bonus tips, and these are from my own personal experience. If I was to go back to myself, give myself, you know, this awesome tip to kind of help myself, then is I would add these at a Google Sheets just to have organized, because trust me, you're gonna find a lot more storefront. So you want to able to something to refer, right? And the easiest way to organize this is Google Sheets. It's free, right, with your Google account. So just open up a new Google Sheets and just type in here storefronts, right? To your awesome storefronts, it'll make you money. And you can even organize, so you can type in like the name and notes here. I just like to keep it simple. Actually, let's do name/URL. So let's go ahead and copy that storefront that we had found earlier. There's the storefront link here. If you use it, just copy that, and we're gonna paste it here and just type in, like, you know, big seller, tons of products in different categories, right? So yeah, that's one example there. You can paste another one. Let's just say, you know, the Trader Joe guy, the Trader Joe seller, right? So that way, when you go back into it, you're gonna forget, and you can just remember your notes there. I try to keep it short, like something easy to follow. Like, all right, this one's, you know, big shoe guy. This one's a beauty person, you know, stuff like that. Wholesale guy. Well, whatever you could put that to remember, and that's what I like to do here. Is I like to just organize it, you know. A year into it, 2 years into it, you're gonna have a lot. You might have like 100 storefronts, and you know, you might have your favorite that you follow and stay on top of. But that's the easiest way to stay organized, because you don't want to have like a million tabs open, right? It's just gonna slow your computer down. Number 2 tip here is to use softwares like SellerAmp, like which I've demonstrated in this video, how powerful and just makes everything so much faster. And guys, they're very cheap. It's like 20 bucks a month, which is nothing. So definitely use that. It's gonna save you tons of hours, tons of headaches and frustration. And the other tool I would recommend using is Keepa. Both of them, I have referral links down below. So if you wanna support the channel, please use those referral links. Tip number 3 is don't just, you know, randomly pick storefronts. As I had mentioned, go with the ones that have been proven. No need to reinvent the wheel. Go with sellers that have tons of reviews, and, you know, with popular brands, right? Start from there. And also, you want to make sure you are, you know, gated, aka approved, to sell this, because the last thing you want is to buy a product and you are not approved to sell. So definitely check that. But yeah, check your eligibility. You can actually see this in SellerAmp as well. So you guys can see right here, if you're eligible, it'll either say yes or no. And this one, it looked like I might have to check with my seller account if I can sell this or not. So just double check. Again, that's why the software is so powerful, because it shows everything right here. You don't have to open a different page like I did back then, you know. So yeah, this is a lifesaver. Make sure you are approved to sell everything, or before you even start sourcing products, right? If you know you can't, if you find a product that potentially might be good, before you go searching Google, try to purchase it, see if you're eligible. You know, it'll save you tons of time. Don't make that rookie mistake. So guys, there you have it. Remember, the more time you spend doing storefront stock, it will become easier. It's kind of like when you're first, you know, learning a new skill. When you were a kid, you just continue doing it till you eventually got better and really good at it, right? The same thing with this. You know, the first time might take you an hour to find a lead, right? Next time or a couple weeks later might only take you 30 minutes. But also, you could get lucky. You might find one, you know, 5 minutes into it. It really depends. But trust me, the more time you do this, the easier it will get, just like with everything. Don't rush into things. And guys, don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter where you get exclusive tips straight to your inbox. And if you guys want to learn the best ways to find more Amazon FBA products, check this video out here. Thank you guys so much. Catch you in the next one. Peace.